If you thought the Tesla Cybertruck looked like it came from an old video game, wait till you get a load of the Hyundai Santa Fe. Unlike with many new vehicle redesigns these days, there is no mistaking the new 2024 Hyundai Santa Fe for the old one. Its boxy, pixelated styling is like nothing else in its class. The Alabama-built Santa Fe starts at $35,345 for a front-wheel drive version. Costs $1,800 more for all-wheel drive, and a top-of-the-line calligraphy all-wheel drive like this one checks out at $49,695. They all come with the same turbocharged 2.5-liter four-cylinder that's rated at 277 horsepower and 311 pound-feet of torque. And it's good for 24 miles per gallon combined with front-wheel drive and 23 with all-wheel drive. Now there is a hybrid version of the Santa Fe that gets 36 miles per gallon with front-wheel drive and 34 with all-wheel drive, but is less powerful and has a starting price that's $5,000 more. But we'll be testing that one for you another day. Santa Fe still has 3 rows of seats for 6 or 7 passengers, but is roomier than the old one, and the interior far more upscale. Now, while the exterior is pretty unique among the Santa Fe's competition today, I have heard some people describe it as a digital version of an old Land Rover. While I can see that, I could see the resemblance to Land Rover even more in here. Aside from Hyundai's signature widescreen digital infotainment system, the blocky horizontal mix of leather trim and wood will definitely remind you of a Land Rover product. Even the steering wheel is giving me some serious British deja vu. And while I can't vouch for how easy it is to keep the white upholstery clean, this does have a feature that keeps other things clean. Along with the regular glove box, there's one up here that has a UV desanitizer in it. Slip a phone or whatever in there, close it up, press this button here, and I assume it works. I don't have one of those CSI kits to test it with. So we ran into a little audio trouble while showing off the second row and third row seating in the Santa Fe, but you need to see it for context. I'm going to show you the video and tell you what's going on here. I'm 6'1", the front seat is set comfortably for me, and there you go. I fit very well in the second row. As far as the third row is concerned, I can fit back there. There's enough headroom and enough leg room, but only if the second row is moved forward a little bit. Of course, once you do that, and the front seat on the passenger side is set for me, my knees are touching that seat. Little fiddling here, and I think we can all work together to make it work. And considering this is smaller than Hyundai's flagship, the Palisade, overall, I think this is really good. A very neat feature is the center console, which opens like this for front seat access and like this for rear seat access, and has this drawer for extra storage. Plus, you can take this bin out, which gives you access to the drawer and this sort of secret compartment in front of it. Cargo area isn't huge with the third row up, but it is when you fold it down. And Hyundai refers to the space as a terrace because it has a low floor, big opening, pretty good for just hanging out in. Now, if you do have to bring 7 people along and a bunch of stuff, there is another option because this roof rack is rated to carry 220 pounds, and Hyundai's made it a little easier to reach it. See this box right here? That's actually a handle you can use to grab onto and then climb up onto the tire. Now, someone my height can basically just grab onto the rack itself, but I could see how this would be helpful for someone a bit shorter to get that first step. And you might be wondering, well, that's open there, somebody might stick something in there. Well, Hyundai's thought of that too. If you open the door, there's a lock that you can use anything to turn that keeps it from opening. Then when you close the door, it's hidden away, which kind of makes this a neat place to stash something. At least until people see this video. Now, whether the Santa Fe is white or black or gray or whatever, not everyone loves the design. I think it's pretty cool. Definitely stands out in a very different way than the Hyundai Palisade that I mentioned earlier. That also has a pretty distinctive style. But whatever your opinion of it is one of the best entries in the larger crossover utility vehicle class. And this is every bit as good as the Palisade. It's quiet, and the only thing smoother than the engine is its ride quality. Santa Fe punches farther above its price class than anything in its price class. And despite the retro 8-bit styling, this is packed with modern tech. You get a head-up display, a 360-degree camera, automatic emergency braking, and Hyundai's Highway Driving Assist, which is a lane centering adaptive cruise control that technically requires you to keep your hands on the wheel, but will have you wondering why. Though this does have a Land Rover vibe to it, and the all-wheel drive system can be locked in four-wheel drive to anticipate slippery surfaces, it's not an off-roader, at least not this one. But there is a new Santa Fe trim called the XRT, which gets all-terrain tires, extra ground clearance, and a couple other features to make it at least a light off-roader. Haven't driven that one yet, but we are putting it on the list to test along with the hybrid, which means we're going to be spending a lot of time in Santa Fe this year, or in Santa Fe's this year.